Hi, this is Rod Saunders from Jew and Greek. Today I'm going to discuss the demands you have to place on yourself to be a great musician. So many times I've played for people and they remark, "You make it look so easy." Well, it is kind of easy for me now, but that's because I put a lot of work into it for a lot of years. I was blessed with a natural sense of pitch and timing, but I still had to develop my skills as a musician. But I don't want to talk about myself so much here. I want to talk about a couple of famous singers. The first one is Cyndi Lauper. Now, I know some of you might be thinking that she's just that crazy pop singer with the wild hair, but she's actually a very accomplished vocalist with a 4-octave range. She left home when she was 17 because her dad was abusive, and she worked a number of odd jobs over the years while singing in different cover bands. In 1977, she damaged her vocal cords and was told that she would never sing again. But with the help of a vocal coach, she was eventually able to regain her voice. She persevered until she got a recording deal in 1980 with her new wave band, Blue Angel. Their album kind of flopped, but 3 years later she got a new manager who landed her a solo recording contract for the album She's So Unusual, which peaked at number 4, including songs like Money Changes Everything, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and Time After Time. So after 10 years in the music business, she finally met with success at the age of 30. Now, I was never a fan of Cyndi Lauper, but I do admire her perseverance. She had a difficult childhood. She had financial challenges, vocal issues, and years of disappointments in the music business. And even though she did a lot of running around and acting crazy during her performances, behind it all was a serious woman who worked hard on developing and maintaining her voice. That's what it takes: dedication. The next singer I want to discuss is the opera singer Luciano Pavarotti. Now, if you don't remember Pavarotti, he was like the Michael Jordan or the Eddie Van Halen of opera. He was a superstar with fans all over the world. You can't get any more famous as an opera singer than Pavarotti was. Now, I know it might seem strange to be going from Cyndi Lauper to Pavarotti, but the fact is, he also had to overcome a lot of challenges in life. He was born into a poor family in Italy in 1935 and had to flee the city with his family to escape the bombing during World War II. He didn't really begin studying music seriously until he was 19 and took singing lessons for 7 years. He also worked odd jobs to support himself during that time, including teaching in an elementary school and selling insurance. He developed a nodule on his vocal cords and thought that his singing career was over, but eventually his voice recovered, and he discovered that it actually improved. From 1971 to 1972, he sang for various operas and festivals in relative obscurity until his big break came at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. By this time, he was 37 years old. In the 80s, he became a household name, and by the time of his death in 2006, he was considered one of the greatest tenors in history. He was great. But most of his admirers never knew of all the obstacles he had to overcome to get there. There have been many other famous musicians with similar stories of overcoming challenges. The gypsy guitarist Django Reinhardt lost the use of 2 fingers on his left hand during a fire. Phil Keaggy lost part of the middle finger on his right hand when he was a kid. Being a musician requires dedication. You have to be willing to spend a lot of time alone, practicing, while your friends are out having fun. You have to have a passion for it and a desire to keep learning and growing. When I was attending Rhema back in the 80s, I sang in the choir for the music director, Vep Ellis Jr. He told us once that if anybody tells you that one day they couldn't play the piano or some other instrument at all, and the next day God just miraculously gave them that ability to play beautifully, they're lying. This is a man who grew up in church and had been a musician as long as he could remember. He'd heard a lot of people making those claims, and he knew otherwise. Music is work. It requires commitment and sacrifice. It helps to have some natural ability, of course, but all of the natural ability in the world won't make you a success if you don't work at it. So if you're aspiring to be a musician or a singer, you need to understand that. Plan on devoting years to the effort, maybe decades. Make the determination that no obstacles are going to stop you, because you'll never get there if you don't. Thanks for watching, and be blessed.